Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to be joined by the creative team, the front runners, if you will, of the new film that took my heart at South by Southwest this year. Of course, the film is called Stay the Night. We are joined by the writer director Renuka Jeyapalan. We've also got Andrea Bang and Joe Scarpellino. And I'm very excited, Joe, to have you here, because I will tell you, when I was doing my research for this could very well be the first thing of yours that hits YouTube that's actually in English. So I'm very excited about that. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, thank you.
So I want to congratulate you all on the film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. Renuka, I want to start with you. Tell me about the inspiration for this film and the story.
Well, I was at a party, and someone, or no, I wasn't at a party. I heard a story about a woman who was at a party, and she met a very famous person at this party, and it was clear within their first few minutes it could be a one-night stand. And she didn't think of herself as that kind of girl, the girl that has a one-night stand with a famous person. So she kept asking her that question, by that girl, can I be this? Can I be this girl? And she looked at who it was, and she was like, yeah, I can be this girl. And so she was this girl. But I always thought that question was really interesting. Like, who is this girl? Who could she be? And who could he be? And how can we make them not cliched? And how can we kind of strip away all those notions of what we think those people would be like, and go deeper?
Okay, fair. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first theatrical film. Were there any major takeaways from your experience with this film?
Whoa, what a big question. More money, more time. It's, we're a Canadian indie film, a lot of love in it. I mean, I don't know. I think whether you make a small movie or a big movie, all those same things apply. And for me, it's the script, and it's working with nice, good, talented people. And we were lucky that we had those things.
Excellent. Now, Andrea and Joe, I have to ask you, of course, what is it that attracted you to this project?
She's drinking water. So
I feel like the waiter who comes over just after you ate something and said, hey, how was the meal? So sorry about that. Joe, you want to lead with that one?
Yeah. So obviously the script was lovely. The audition scenes were fun and funny. I thought, it was one of them was the burger scene, which was a funny scene to me. I thought it was well scripted. And also, I mean, the big selling point was Renuka. She was just so great, and I connected with her pretty quickly, and I just felt a desire to work with her on this project, and that's it. It's pretty simple.
Excellent. Andrea, with a clear mouth, anything that you'd like to add to that?
Hold on. I'm just, yeah, I guess piggybacking off of Joe, the same kind of thing. I really like I really like the script. I was interested by the challenge of doing lots of walk and talks. And again, Renuka, I've worked with her on a show called Kim's Convenience before. And when I saw her name on the audition, I was super excited because I wanted to work with her in a longer format. I thought that would be really cool. And I feel very fortunate that I got to.
That's amazing. Now, one of the things that I absolutely loved about this, and you kind of touched on it, the whole walk and talk, making Aaron Sorkin proud. How much of the dialogue in this film was improvised? Because I just felt like it just flowed so naturally. I just loved that this is a very strong dialogue driven film, and I'm just wondering how much of that was improvised.
0%.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I think not zero, but not
much.
No,
the only one is when it's a long shot when I'm talking about what I sell is the only thing that we sort of made up on the spot.
Maybe 1 or 2% is improvised.
Yeah.
It's pretty scripted. It's pretty much scripted.
Yeah. No,
it's good writer. So
yeah, phenomenal writer. Congratulations. I like that. Wearing multiple hats too, writing and directing a wonderful film. Renuka, tell me about the one of the supporting characters, and by that I mean the city of Toronto. In terms of, it seems also this film is very much a strong love letter to Toronto, as it's a huge backdrop there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Toronto. I love the city, and we rarely get to see it play itself in in shows or movies that come up here and shoot here. And, you know, Toronto plays New York or Chicago or, you know, Seattle or, you know, different places. But I love the city and I kind of wanted to feature it in a real way. And also what it actually is like to go out at night in Toronto and what are the places. And if you were to retrace Grace and Carter's steps, it all, that route that they take, it all kind of makes sense. It's sort of all in the sort of the downtown West End core. Yeah, and then Toronto, in terms of Toronto being a character, yeah, like I also didn't do these huge wide shots. I'm like, here's Toronto, here's the CN Tower off the bat. It's kind of like you get to know the city as you get to know Grace and Carter. And, you know, the final shot of Grace and Carter of the film when they're together, you also see a full wide shot of Toronto and you finally get to see the CN Tower. So when their journey is complete, the city's journey and visual journey is also complete.
I love that. This is for anybody. What do you guys want people to get out of this film?
I think for me, I made it, I don't know. I think it's just, you know, learning to be open, you know, that's sort of both of their journeys. And also that in this day and age of like tech and dating and apps and whatever, you can make a real connection. And it's just being open and present. That's it.
I love that. And it's also wonderful that you're making a film, you know, kind of call it a dating film in a sense, where you're actually having people that are meeting in person as opposed to on an app too. So it's that I like that organic connection that the two characters share. Now, wanting to be respectful of your time, we are going to drift into a little something I like to call rapid fire. We're gonna hit you guys with some fun. Well, I think they're kind of fun questions. And I don't want you to, you know, dwell on these too much. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. The first question is to all of you. Renuka, we will start with you. I'm going to ask you what is your favorite movie of all time, but because that's such a challenging question, if you guys want to give me even a top three, I'll accept it. So first question out is favorite movie of all time.
The Godfather.
Nice. Andrea, will go to you.
Oh, the first one that came to my mind was 500 Days of Summer.
Beautiful film. There's no wrong answers here, by the way, in rapid fire. Joe.
I'll do top three: Harry Potter, The Lion King, and Titanic.
Wow. Okay. Joe coming in strong. All right. Andrea, let's talk to you for a quick second. You have this past few weeks, I have seen you in Fresh, of course, on Disney Plus right now. Just saw you in Stay the Night. Does that now make you like the de facto go-to person for like dating advice, or like as a dating column, like far ahead in your future?
Oh, people should not take dating advice from me.
Okay.
But I will give them out.
Okay.
And you can take them as you want.
Fair enough. Joe, I'm coming over to you, my friend. I want to know, am I the first person that has told you that they get strong Henrik Lundqvist vibes from you, my friend? Because from that opening scene where you're walking down the hall and you get the news from your coach, I'm like, this guy looks like a legit hockey player. I'm already sold. So am I the first person that's come up to you and said that, hey, I'm getting strong Henrik Lundqvist vibes?
You are the first guy. I'll take it. That's a great compliment.
Absolutely.
I love that guy, but I'm from Montreal, so I've played hockey growing up my whole life. So I am sort of a hockey player.
All right.
Yeah.
Not just a hockey player, but you also play one in the movies. I love it.
Yeah.
And I also appreciate you allowing me to do this in English. Okay. Renuka, coming over to you as somebody who has experience directing both theatrical and television, is there a preference?
I don't know if there's a preference. It's definitely different. Film is more, as a director, I'm working more on instinct. And in TV, as a director, I'm working more kind of on concepts and checking, and like it's not as instinctual, but I hope to merge the two. Sometimes you have shows where you really connect to it and merge it, and that those sort of two instincts kind of merge. But I have films. I love movies. So I gotta say movies.
Okay.
Movies.
All right. I like that. Andrea, coming back to you. One of the things, I did not make this up. This is in your bio. It says that you watch way too much television. So with that in mind, over the past couple of years, as we've been secluded in this pandemic, what was the favorite thing that you watched over the last couple of years?
Oh, so I watch a lot of reality TV.
Okay.
And one of my favorites has been Singles Inferno. That's one of the more recent things. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean dating show.
Okay.
It's very good.
All right. I appreciate that. Okay. Over to you, Henrik. Sorry, I mean, Joe. Question for you. Now, as the only person on the screen, of course, other than myself, that I believe was not involved with Kim's Convenience, were the ladies dropping a lot of inside Kim's Convenience jokes on set that were just going over your head?
Oh my God. I just felt so excluded the whole shoot. It was terrible. They were bullying me the whole time with all their Kim's Convenience knowledge.
Oh, terrible.
And yeah, I'm over it. So,
all right.
yeah.
All right. Ladies do better.
Yeah.
Renuka, you've already tackled a black and white film. How long until you do a musical?
Oh God, I'd love to do a musical, but again, I don't want to do a musical in a way that hasn't been done before. So who knows? Yeah.
No, fair. All right. Now, last question for each of you. What advice would you give to emerging filmmakers, whether it be directors or actors out there?
Put your heart in it. It's my advice.
Yeah.
Bye.
The walk off. All right.
I would say to just make stuff, because you can make stuff on your phone. You can make stuff with anything nowadays. And I think you can learn a lot just by doing.
Appreciate that.
And I would say, don't give up. Even when you're in the depths on one day, you're like, what am I doing? I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. This failed. Wait a day. It's another, it's a new day. You don't know what's going to happen. And usually something positive happens on that next day. So keep going. Don't give up.
Excellent. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you all kept going and didn't give up on this, because this is a fantastic film.
You have no idea.
Not my best segue, but I'll take it. The name of the movie is Stay the Night. We have been talking with three of the wonderful people involved with it: Renuka, Andrea, Joe. Thank you guys so much for your time. Wishing you all of the best with this film and in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.